What's up everyone? So in today's video, we're asking Asian millionaires how to become successful. So yes, in case you're wondering, I am Asian myself. And I think it's always inspirational to see other people that look similar to me crush it in life. Behind me, we have a 2017 Audi R8 Spider. One of my absolute dream cars. It has 540 horsepower, goes 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. And yeah, the sounds on this naturally aspirated V10 are insane. If you guys want some free stocks, I'll be leaving links down below to Webull and Moomoo. Right now, they're giving you tons of free money when you open up an account and make your first deposit. I'm so excited to meet today's guest. Let's go. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Aaron P. Wong, Aaron. I'm 34. I am an entrepreneur and an aspiring musician. I went to school for industrial design and business. I wanted to do something with my design background, so I went to work for an early stage startup. There is where I met my current co-founder, and together in 2016 we started a growth venture business called Super 73. We make electric bikes and electric motorcycles, and today we sell our products in over 50 countries.
Are your parents proud of you today?
I think so. So when they came over to the United States, like a lot of Asian American families from that generation, they sacrificed a lot for my sister and I to have a good life. A lot of what I do today is because I feel like I can't waste the opportunity that they created.
How has being Asian affected your success today?
It just wasn't easy for my parents. Seeing what they had to go through and struggle for it, I didn't understand it when I was younger, but later on in life, I realized that not a whole lot of people get this kind of opportunity.
What's a piece of popular advice that you actually disagree with?
Do something you love every single day and you'll never have to work a day in your life. I think it's a much better approach to try to fall in love with the process of work, the ups, the downs, all of it.
How do you invest your money?
So the majority of my investment are in my business. After that, I have stocks, I have a 401k, I have some cryptocurrency. Next year, I'm getting into real estate and foreign markets.
And how do you invest your money into your business? Like, what does that mean?
All the money that we had made, we reinvested into the business. And we did that for multiple years, and we're still doing that today. We reinvest into the team, into resources for research and development, new product development.
So what's a daily non-negotiable habit that you do that everyone should try out?
If you're able to, do something active every single day, whatever it is. Run, walk, dance, do sit-ups, swim. Movement is everything.
I know Asians are known to be very frugal, but what is something that you will never be frugal on?
Okay, first of all, it's a stereotype, but it applies to me, so it's true.
Same.
The two things I will not skimp out on. I won't skimp on experiences that I know are going to be great core memories. And the second one is if you have the ability to host, or if you get to host, don't skimp out on the food. It just looks tacky.
Name a book that changed your life.
Personally, a book that changed my life is Atomic Habits, James Clear. The little habits compound and can make the biggest effects if you have a long-term vision.
What makes you happy?
Doing what I want, when I want, with the people I care about.
Can you leave us with your biggest piece of advice for anyone that's Asian, or I guess anyone in general?
Really make time for self-love. I think spending time meditating, or it doesn't even have to be meditation if you're not really into that, but in stillness with your own thoughts, very powerful. I recently started journaling. For me, that's now a non-negotiable in my morning routine. It's an amazing way to get your thoughts out and to have a conversation with yourself. What is the ultimate thing you would want for your viewers to get out of this video?
The biggest takeaway is inspiring people to start. I think a lot of people watching this video are looking for advice on going a more non-traditional route. You don't need to be a lawyer just because your parents want you to. You can work on other things and make a great living out of it and enjoy your life.
I really love what you said about just start, because you're never going to be ready. It's never going to be perfect.
Everything that you started, you weren't fully prepared, right?
Never.
You learned as you did.
Yeah, and I think ignorance can be your best friend. It gives you a huge advantage when you go into something and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you should just try it all. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Exactly.
Don't be afraid of failing. You want to aim to fail very quickly and just repeat. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
So my name is Naam, I'm 32. I make personal finance content, morely so towards credit rebuilding, credit repair, things of the sort.
And how has growing up Asian affected your success today?
When there was tasks or anything that had to be done, my mom would always put that on me, like a 7, 8-year-old kid, I had a lot of adult responsibilities growing up. I think that kind of set me apart to other my peers growing up.
So what's a popular piece of advice that you actually disagree with?
The common advice is practice makes perfect. I honestly disagree with that because I think perfect practice makes perfect. I think that you have to do things repetitively, but also learn what you're doing wrong to make that practice worth it, right? Because I think consciously being aware of what you're trying to do and trying to build upon that, that's what is gonna make that practice practice worth it.
What has been your biggest failure and what did you learn from that?
I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, like ever since I was like a teenager, right? Like back in the day when YouTube was like late 2000s, I was always kind of putting it on the back burner. And also I always cared about what kind of people would have thought, like think about me doing something like this. So I think that's the biggest failure, just holding like my own thoughts, holding me back, and plus what others would think about me.
What's been the biggest thing you've done for your YouTube channel to seek success?
Learning what the trends are compared to what your really audience wants to watch. You can make videos what you like to watch, but that's only one view, right? If you want to grow and get a lot of views and things like that, you gotta really think in the eyes of the audience and what they want to watch and how can you make content that you like for them that they would want to watch.
Anything else you want to share?
Whatever you do in life, just give it a try. It doesn't matter, man. Like whether you fail or not, I think at least you know that you gave it a go, you know? You don't want to wait 5-10 years regretting something that you wish you'd done. I always kind of wish I'd done things earlier, but I started now, right? So it's never too late to start anything.
So my name is Samantha Chang. I'm 25 years old. I'm a professional race car driver, team owner of Samantha Chan Racing and STR 38 Motorsports.
So tell me how you got to where you are today in 30 seconds or less.
It really was a combination of having an incredible support system, finding the right people to get me where I wanted to go, and just a, dedication to all of my goals.
What was the process of like becoming a professional driver?
I moved from Canada to the US here because of college, but also because the motorsport industry here is so much bigger.
Okay.
There's so much more opportunity and just more opportunities for funding as well and sponsorship. And then I started working with BMW in 2017. Bought those new BMW M235 IRs, and that's the exact same year I started my own racing team.
Are your parents proud of you?
I hope so. I know I did pursue an untraditional career path. Sorry, mom and dad, for not becoming a doctor like you wanted. But, my dad was one of the biggest reasons why I got into racing. Like, he's kind of living vicariously through me.
Okay. So how's growing up Asian affected your success today?
Some of my earliest memories is like, getting home after school, having to sit down, do all my homework, and then do Kumon right after that. And, sometimes being yelled at for not getting the math questions correct. But, that brought about a lot of, values like hard work, determination, persistence, and especially my parents. They came to Canada to give their kids a better life, and I hope to repay them in the future.
What has been your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
I hit a wall in 2017. It was the biggest crash of my entire career. I hit a wall at 100 miles per hour, and it absolutely shattered me. Both in the literal sense, I sprained my ankle, it wasn't too bad. I got in the car, I was fine. But the mental aspect of it, just my self-confidence, my motivation was just absolutely ruined by that, and it really had me questioning a lot of things.
Yeah. What's something that you'll never cheap out on?
Food. I'm a big foodie. Obviously, it's something that you do every day. You might as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah. Can you leave us with your biggest piece of advice for anyone that's Asian or just anyone in general?
I think it's really easy for me to say, but follow your passions, do what makes you happy. It's something that my dad, always told me to do, and I'm incredibly grateful to have had supportive parents that have encouraged me to do what I love. I can sympathize with, the people who don't unfortunately have that. So I just want you to have faith in yourself. Know that you can define yourself on your own terms.
So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I just wanted to let you guys know quickly about Hustle Club. This is my free entrepreneurial newsletter that goes out once per week, and it teaches you how to become a better entrepreneur in 30 minutes or less. And yeah, in each email we talk about different side hustle ideas, a personal message from me, as well as top takeaways from one of my favorite books. That's it, let's get back to the interviews. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
Joe Chow, 30 years old, and I own a shoe business. Our niche is that we make shoes for the powerlifting community, so it's a very niche footwear, and it was tailored towards for deadlifts, which is one of the disciplines for powerlifting.
Can you tell me how you got to where you are today?
My background's in business. I went to school for business, I was a competitive powerlifter, and there wasn't a footwear in the market that tailored towards what I needed, so I just created my own.
When was that?
That was back in 2018 now.
Are your parents proud of you?
I would say so. Back then, obviously, as any Asian parent, they're like, why are you going to business? You should become an engineer or you should go to med school. But after they saw how the business took off and I was able to take care of my family, they're pretty happy where I'm at now.
So how has growing up Asian affected your success today?
My parents never pressured me. They were very understanding. They only cared about, us being good people.
Yeah.
but there was some sort of expectation, but they never really pressured us.
What's a popular piece of advice that you actually disagree with?
You know, a lot of people say, you know, try to get as much passive income as you come in so many different revenue streams. I agree to it to an extent, but for me, I've always been go full-fledged on one thing that you have a passion on and you know that can be successful. Put all your eggs in one basket. Once that's bulletproof, then you move on to the next business venture you want to get into. But you just know that there's always competition out there, so you can't always like let go of the gas.
How do you invest your money?
Well, majority of the money sits in the business bank. We reinvest a lot back into the business, whether it be in marketing, R&D, bringing new people on board that has skill sets that we don't have as a team.
What's something that you will never cheap out on?
Never frugal on food. I think growing up, my parents did the best to provide for us. I mean, food affects a lot of things. Food in regards to social gatherings, right? Or food for buying high quality food so you can stay fit and healthy, especially when you're young and you're trying to preserve your youth. It's not about trying to save money. It's more of how you can make more money. If you have the vision of making more money, it can grow exponentially. But if you focus on trying to nickel and dime everything that you can save, it's a very fixed amount.
Can you leave us with your biggest piece of advice for any Asians out there, or pretty much anyone?
Chase your passion. I've known so many people who are in the medical field and they went through the whole process because of pressure from their parents or pressure from society. So just do what you love, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be doing it for the rest of your life.
My name is Marlene Dandler. I'm 46 and I own and run Seashore Academy.
In 30 seconds or less, can you tell me like how you got to this point?
A lot of failure. I started this a little business at my kitchen table, and it was a tiny little business for a number of years, and then completely changed the business 3 years ago, and now have people who are much better qualified than I am to run it day to day.
So what type of school is it?
It's a K through 8, Monday through Friday, with customizable options 9 to 3. So people can come 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 2 days a week, and we offer financial planning. Parents can customize their kids' week based on how many days they want to be at home, how many days they want to be at school.
Are your parents proud of you?
It's funny, you know, they were disappointed in me for a number of years, but kind of when I ended up doing what I wanted to do and it worked out, then they're proud.
What's a popular piece of advice that you actually disagree with?
Have a business plan, have a whole bunch of savings saved up before you start a business. I didn't have anything in savings when I started a business. Sometimes you just got to start with with what you have, with what you got.
What's a daily non-negotiable habit that you have that you think other people should try?
I pray. All miracles have come through him. So that is something that I do first thing in the morning. The other thing I do is exercise every day.
What is something that you will never cheap out on?
Food.
Food?
I really like nice food. I really like to feed my family nice food, my friends nice food.
What's your best trait that helped you with your success?
You know, one of my running coaches told me once, he was like, you know, Marlene, you have no talent, but you do work hard.
Can you leave us with your biggest piece of advice for anyone that's Asian or just anyone in general?
Just start with what you have now. You know, it's always this, oh, I got to plan, I got to like quit my job first, or I got to get to a certain amount of savings, or I got to have the perfect business plan or the perfect partner, or just, you know, anybody can start a business if it's selling stuff on Etsy. You know, you can start small and make $5. You know, that's a business, and then you can kind of pick it up. The first marathon I ran started with just getting out the door and jogging a mile, right? So just start.
My name is Kevin Pack. I'm 26 years old. I'd say I'm a serial entrepreneur in the e-commerce space.
What do you exactly do with your business right now?
So my main businesses are my Amazon FBA business, which is where I sell products on Amazon. And I also have a mentorship program with a business partner who also sells on Amazon. He's an 8-figure seller. So we built a program that helps people start and scale up their Amazon business.
Are your parents proud of you?
My mom is very proud of me. I've been grateful enough to be able to take care of her and give back to her as much as I can as soon as I started making some real money. She's shown me how appreciative she is of that as well.
So how's growing up Asian affected your success today?
I think it had its pros because it showed me that like I kind of have to work hard. There's no other option but to work hard to be able to make a good living for myself. The cons of it is that there's certain expectations and a path that they'd want you to follow. And if you veer off of it, you're gonna get a lot of judgment. That was probably a big conflict growing up Asian, and especially trying to be an entrepreneur as well. They won't support you until you have something to prove, until you actually make money.
What's a popular piece of advice that you actually disagree with?
I'm not a big fan of saving money. I'm a big believer in you should use your money and utilize it for different opportunities to make more money instead. And I think people who save just for the sake of saving is just wasting it away. Because at the end of the day, money is just a tool that we can use. Money itself is the most important thing. It's what you do with your money that's going to be the most important thing. So if it just sits there, I don't think that you're making good use of the hard work that you're putting into it.
How do you invest your money?
So we like to think of ourselves as reinvesting our money into the business. So that is always number one, is putting our money back into the business and seeing what more we can do to grow it. Investing into ourselves as well. So that means learning from other people who are where we want to be. That's what we'll put our money into.
So what's been your biggest failure and what'd you learn from it?
It was my first year of doing Amazon FBA, and this is where I failed like 3 products. In that year, I probably lost like over $10,000. I was a college dropout at the time. I only had like my personal training job, so I wasn't making a huge amount of money, so it was definitely more of a hit on me. But from there, I learned something very important, which was, because after that year, my next product is what really took off. And that's what taught me basically, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, all you need to do is get it right one time.
Right.
And then from there, you can roll further and further and further into success.
What's a daily non-negotiable habit you do that people should try out?
I'm a big shower in the morning person.
Okay.
Some people don't shower in the morning, which is fine, but I have to shower in the morning. Like that is like what gets me up and gets me energized. I'm not really a cold shower kind of guy.
Yeah.
I just like to take a nice hot shower, and that kind of gets me going.
What's something that you do personally that you don't think a lot of other people do?
I'm very big on like physically challenging myself.
Okay.
So I'm a big like gym goer, but I've always been competitive in that sense. So like I've been a competitive powerlifter for many, many years, a competitive weightlifter. I'm now doing Muay Thai.
What is your best trait that helped you with your success today?
That's got to be my discipline for sure. It has to be my discipline. My discipline has helped me go through like all the dark times that I went through, all the times that I thought I wasn't gonna make it, I thought I wasn't gonna be anybody. The discipline for sure, and that all stemmed from working out consistently as well.
And what's a piece of advice you want to leave the audience?
I think the biggest thing is you need to bet on yourself and commit to yourself as well. That's the biggest thing, is you gotta be able to commit to yourself and believe in your own path, no matter what anyone else says. But if you're gonna do that, you need to back it up with all the work behind it and all the discipline that's required. You gotta be prepared for all of that if you're gonna take on your own path, especially as an entrepreneur. Like no one that's gonna back you up. You have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, and so it's super important that you believe in yourself and you back it up with the work behind it.
Are you down to share the most you've ever made in 1 month?
The most I've ever made in 1 month has been 275K net.
Nice. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. This episode's really special for me because growing up, I didn't really have that many role models that looked like me, especially in the business world, right? So that's why I didn't know I could become an entrepreneur. So I really hope that this video can do that for you. Comment below what you guys thought. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I do a ton of videos about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. And yeah, my whole goal is to help you guys become more financially successful. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.